Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at Raiderz, and this is a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG with a lot of really interesting features. So let's get started. Excuse me. Now we do have two characters already created. We've got Limpy right here, who's level 16, and then we've got Jelena, who's level 8. But we are going to go through the character creation process, even though that loading... There we go, there's that model. Let's go ahead and let's create a new character because I want to show you guys what the character creation process involves. Now, you do have kind of your basic settings. Now, first you're going to take and you're going to look at what gender do you want, male or female. We're going to go ahead and go with a female. Now, you can randomize a bunch of stuff. So you can see you do have a lot of settings here, including clothes. And that will actually change here in a second, and I'll show you why. You do also have a voice choice. So you're probably not able to hear that very well because I do kind of have the sound turned down a little bit. But you do have 3 different voice choices, and that's on either side. So you can kind of choose, because your guy's going to make some war cries as you're going into battle and things of that nature. So you do want to choose exactly which voice you want to hear on a regular basis. Now once we've chosen, let's actually go back because I do want to choose a female. Now once you've chosen that, then you move on to style, and style is basically your class. And based upon your style, that's kind of where you fit. Now the defender is essentially your tank type. Berserker is going to be your two-handed DPS, heavy DPS, two-handed sword, two-handed mace. And you see with the defender, you use a one-handed sword or a one-handed mace. Then you've got your cleric, which is your healer type. And then you've got your sorcerer, which is a staff and staff or one-handed sword. Now I'm actually going to make a sorcerer because I haven't made a sorcerer yet. But you guys aren't actually going to see the early game because I'm not all about that. I'm going to show you guys a little bit later on. Now that we move on to appearance, we can choose all kinds of different stuff here and choose exactly what we want our appearance to look like, or we can randomize a few times. Let's just do that a few times so you guys can see some randomization. We'll end up right there. That looks fine to me. Then you can kind of zoom in on the head. Now the head also was randomized as you saw, so I can kind of choose some additional things here and actually head back. We're gonna go with that one, and we'll go with some dark purple hair. Why not? Then you've got customize. Put tattoos, you could put them, the tattoos unfortunately do only go on your face, and then you can make them small or large and select exactly where you want them. Tattoo color cannot be changed, so you can change your eye color. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna go with this like steely blue type. Then you've got your clothes, and you've got a couple of different options, and those options change depending upon which class you or style you actually choose. But you can choose your clothing color, so we can kind of get into a tan, or we'll go kind of really dark. We're gonna kind of go with, you know, we'll go with red because I'm looking to throw down some fire. But we'll go with which one's more revealing? You guys want to see more of the chest or a little more of the midriff? We'll go with the midriff, and there we go. So now I think we missed one part of the basic settings, and we sure did. And that was the name. So we're gonna go with, let's go with. We'll go with that. That works. It was a typo, but it'll work. I'm not going to use this character anyways, because like I said, I don't want to show you guys the early portion of the game. I'm going to show you guys the latter portion of the game, which is going to actually be more along the lines of once you get through the early levels and once you get onto the game's main first city. So let's get on to that, and we're going to go in actually with my highest level character, which is Limpy. And you can see he's kind of decked out in some cool stuff. Now I'm going to show you something once we get in here that's really kind of cool about all your gear. And one of the things that you're going to like about all your gear is actually all constructed. So the game doesn't actually, the monsters that you're going to fight, now you're going to fight a lot of monsters. And when I say a lot of monsters, I mean a lot of monsters. And each time you fight those monsters, they're going to drop stuff. They're going to drop different reagents. They're going to drop all kinds of different stuff. And as they drop those things, then you are going to actually take and pick those things up. And then later on, you're going to use those things to essentially build the gear that you're going to use throughout the game. So that gets really important as you fight those different monsters to collect all that stuff, because you're going to do a lot of constructing in this game. There's a lot of crafting going on, whether it be trinkets, armor, weapons, whatever and whatnot. There's going to be a lot of crafting. Now this is taking forever to load up. I almost want to pause it, but I'm not going to now that we're finally loaded up. But you can see you can equip 2 different weapons. Now this is one thing that I'm going to tell you that really kind of sucks right out of the gate. As you see, the gold spammers are already just nailing chat. Now the game has already done a lot of updates, but they say that there's a lot more to come, including working on these gold spammers. Now, hopefully that will happen much more quickly than we hope, and get those guys out of there. It's just getting ridiculous with these gold spammers. Now we can take a look at the map. We've got a quest way over here, Old Guitar. And then we've got a quest over here, which is from Chef Oliver. And that quest is actually set up, this one right here, to be a daily quest. You can actually get a nice little buff. Now I really wish the game would do a better job of allowing you to just right click and lock these guys out and ban them. You can't do that. There's no way to ban these guys. So it's really kind of, this is one thing that I have to say that I really wish they would take the time to fix much more quickly. So I'm actually going to switch over to, look at that, I'm already getting whispered from somebody. So I'm going to switch over to battle, and that's the best thing that I can do to get rid of a bunch of that chat. But the first, I'm actually on, I can't believe I still have this mount. So basically the game has not gotten rid of this mount because I'm still on it, but once I jump off of it, this mount, which is essentially from the game's Halloween event, is going to disappear. Now, one thing that's kind of cool is once you get up to different NPCs and you want to interact, you don't actually have to click on them. You can just hit E and it'll start the dialogue. Hopefully soon. There we go. It's lagging a little bit because of fraps, so hopefully that will correct itself here shortly. Now you can see here we've got a bunch of different gear in here, and we can separate this out based upon the stuff that I specifically use. And you can see here there's copper ore to build this, but I'm level 16, so I want to look at what's in my level range. So I'm going to go down here. You can see stuff goes all the way up with this guy to level 29. But you can see right here I've got the Imperial Greatsword, or I've got this Conquest Greatsword, which I'm missing a few blue jewel fragments to be able to create. But you will take and spend time harvesting all of this different stuff to essentially go ahead and build the gear that you're going to want to use. Now, once you take and you build out your weapon, we can go ahead and now H is going to bring up this your character select. It's not C, it's not character, it's H for hero. So we can see right here I've got my Conquest Greatsword right there. So I've already built this thing. You can also see I've got 2 jewel slots. Now you're going to earn jewels as you progress through the game, and here's a couple right here. Aquamarine of Agility, or you've got Aquamarine of Charm, Aquamarine of the Night. Now you're going to get those as you take down boss monsters. Those are going to be rewarded to you. And then you're going to have to cruise over here to this guy, talk to him, get some jewel dust so you can be able to equip those. Now once you progress it far enough, you're going to be able to start creating some plate armor. So we're going to talk to the plate armor artisan. There we go. And we've got a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to hold out until level 18. Actually, I'm not, because I think I can create some. Nope, I'm all out of this stuff. I think I actually already created it. Let's see. Did I? Is this? Nope, it's Chain of Freedom. I'm still wearing my chainmail. So on this stuff, I'm missing the Energy of Darkness and the Soul Jewel of the Dead. Now, here's something that I really do like about the game. You can go right here, highlight over this little magnifying glass, and it will show you which monsters actually drop those items. So I can take and then I can head out into the wilderness, look for those monsters, start farming those monsters to get those items so I can be able to create the gear that I want. But let's head outside and start getting into some mayhem. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit 1, and that'll give me a little boost on my rocket-propelled broomstick here. Now that doesn't last forever. If I hit R, that'll go ahead and auto walk, auto run for me, or in this case auto fly. And we're going to head outside and head off. Let's see, we've got to visit Hero Lane. We've got a couple of quests here. We can look at our quest log by looking at journal. And you can also hold recipes. So when you're going and you're talking to those crafting guys, you can actually hold those recipes so you know what you're looking for. Now let me show you what I can do with that as soon as we get through here. This seems to be kind of painful logging. It's got to be fraps that's causing all this lag. There we go. And there's our spammer. So hopefully we can get rid of these guys. Really wish we could. So we're going to go ahead and hit R. 2 seconds and we can zoom away. There we go. But you can see there's a lot of players running around in different directions. This is kind of the lower level area. Or this is going to be the second area that you're going to be doing a lot of battling and questing in. We can see we've got Mirage here. She's got a quest for me. We've also got this quest down here from the Linguist Mig. And then we've got a gift from whatever. It's a gift from a niece that requires me to head to Hero's Lane. So we're actually going to head over to Hero Lane real quick. We may actually pick this up from Linguist Mig on our way. Get a little drink there. Try and suppress this little cough that I've got going on. Anyways, so if I go over and I take this... actually, you know what I'm going to do, because I can do this solo? I'm going to show you guys what happens when I take this quest right here. So let's get up to Mirage, and let's talk to her. View quest details. This is for Fleetfoot. So this is one of the first boss monsters that you're actually going to farm. So I'm going to go ahead and accept. Come on now, accept it. There we go. Now I can go ahead and I can talk to her again, and I can say go right now, and it's actually going to put me into a little instance. And this little instance is where I will actually fight Fleetfoot, and you're going to be able to see how the battles work. Now fighting is basically not what I wanted to do there. Fighting is basically all skill based. So you're gonna be attacking. You don't target the monster. You've got to take and make sure that you're able to keep fighting away, keep nailing them, keep dodging, keep getting out of the way of tail swipes like that one. Now I'm gonna charge through. Probably should start using some of my skills. Let's get in here. Let's do this little dive bomber skill. Now we've got to work up, and there we go. Up, and away. And then let's get out of the way as he's going to charge right through me. There we go. This is going to take a little while because I'm doing this solo, and this would normally be a battle that I would do with a bunch of teammates. And it's pretty easy to find teammates. Now, it may be pretty easy to find teammates, but one thing that I did find is a little bit more difficult is inviting people that are afar. So one thing that I really wish that they would do is make the communication factor a lot easier. So I'm hoping that they rework a bunch of the chat features and set up things to where you can take and very easily right click or use a lot of very simple commands to invite or to invite people to your guild. There are a few little things like that. They're minor. They're not major items, but they are minor things that really could use an overhaul and really could use some attention, so to say. So I'm gonna say really could use some attention. That's probably the best way that I could put it. Get up, you bum. Get up in the air. So as you fight these battles, you're going to continue to use your skills. You're going to make sure you want to keep dodging. Now you can right click and actually parry or block. Now obviously you see he's doing very little damage to me because the fact of the matter is I'm a lot higher level than he is, and additionally I've got a lot better gear than what I had on when I initially started fighting him. Now I spent probably about 5 or 6 times actually fighting this guy and grinding him for different gear items and different crafting items that I wanted to go ahead and get to be able to create. I believe it was for a weapon. So we've almost got him down. Be the first boss. Now this is, like I said, this is the first boss, but they do get far more grandiose in scale as far as the bosses are concerned, and many of them do also have some pretty cool little, or I should say, kind of unique, I guess you could say, strategic aspects to them. So you have to do certain things to kind of take care of them and prepare yourself to take them down. Go ahead and use a little healing potion there. No reason to risk it. And we are, like I said, we're still getting a little bit of lag. I did complete it. Oh, we're lagging. Come on now, make your way through there. Come on, Fraps. Help me out here. There we go. So let's go ahead and loot and see what gear we're going to get out of this. So it just kicked me out before I even got all my gear. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. It's speeding up a little bit. Come on now. So you can see it also keeps track of your quests acquired, your monsters defeated, your epic monsters defeated, because that was an epic monster right there that I did just take down. And you're going to take, and every single time you log into the game, these are going to reset. So you're going to see a lot more stuff like that. Come on, load up. Let's get going. Now let's talk about, I wanted to show you guys the skill system. Let's get through there. Come on. Oh, talk about lag. Woo! Let's see if I could turn down some of the settings a little bit. I thought I already had them turned down. So let's go to game options. We're going to see if we can turn down some of these settings. Show you guys video. Let's go. Turn these down. They're all turned down. I can't do anything else. Look at that. I can't turn them down anymore. So unfortunately, it's just with Fraps and the game. It's not cooperating very well. So let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we can work with. Let's get the skill system up. So you can see right there, he's invited me to join his party. I'm not going to join that party. I want to try and get the skills up. No, not my inventory. Come on now. T. T brings up the skills. There we go. Let me see if I can get away from all these other players, see if that helps. So the skills are rather... There we go. Let's get away and... there we go. There's our skills. So the skill system is rather in depth. And you can see here, not only do you have your active and your passive skills, and then you've got a number of skill points, which you get 1 per level. You also have these masteries over here, which will take and show up as you complete or do a certain number of skills in these these I guess you could call tree branches. So as you complete a certain number of skills, then these will show up here, and you'll be able to access those additional skills. Now each style has their own skill set. So the Defender has their own skill set, the Berserker has their own skill set, Cleric, Sorcerer, and so on. And you're going to be able to structure these however you want. And one thing you'll find is certain skills obviously are more powerful than others. So you're going to find that you're going to want to kind of focus on some different skills that will be the best for you. But the skill system is really, really deep as far as its depth, and you can also take and train in skills outside of your style. So that's really kind of a cool feature that not a lot of games do. They don't always allow you to train outside of your style. So you want to keep your eye on, oh, well, you know what, maybe I want a cleric skill or whatever. So you are able to train outside of your own style. I mean, because the thing is it's style, but it's not a set class. It's not set, so that it gives you a lot of freedom as far as that different stuff is concerned. Now you do have, as far as PvP is concerned, you do have PvP duels. So you can duel other players, challenge them to duels, practice your PvP. Right now there's nothing on a massive scale. It's just kind of on a smaller scale. It's not open world, so you actually do have to interact with the player, set the duel, and then get the duel going. So right now the actual rewards for PvPing are very limited, but I know that they do have some things that are in the works or planned for the future as far as that stuff is concerned. So we're going to keep cruising over this way and head over to Hero Lane. Oh, actually, we had a quest we forgot to turn in, but we're going to just skip that and keep cruising over here to Hero Lane. But I want to show you guys, you got the journal, which we saw, and you didn't get to see everything. So you've got this right here. So I can take and I can click on that, and where is it? I want to take and I want to... I can either delete that or I can hide. I thought... You can also take a look and see the item preview, see what it's going to look on your character. You can reset so you can see what I'm wearing right now. I thought I was able to go ahead and make that a quest that I wanted to put in my quest tracker over here. So, oh well, that's not there right now. So let's keep moving in the direction we need to be going and get back to that journal. Because I wanted to show you guys, here's your quest journal. So you're going to keep all of your stuff in there. And of course, because I have this thing up, I can't turn and get going in the direction I want to get going, so I've got to do that beforehand. So while you have this up, you can click on these and see what different things you need to get. And you can also see, okay, collect Explorers tokens by gathering items in Ringot Village or Heroes Lane. So we could take, and where we're going right now, we're actually going to be able to collect some of these. So come on, let's get going up this way. And then you can see here, head to Terrace Plain. Now you can see some of these are optional, some are repeats, some are the main quest. So this gift from a niece, that's actually my main quest. So that's the one that I mainly want to follow, which is where I'm going right now. Then you've got your logbook, which shows your advancement, shows you a bunch of different stuff, shows you a bunch of different little tips and tricks and hints that you're going to get all along while you're playing the game as well. Now, unfortunately, even though you do have the very, very extensive crafting system, the number of items that you're going to be able to buy in the shop is very limited. Now, there is an auction house, so you are going to be able to buy items in case other players are making them, or items that you find to sell, be able to generate more revenue for yourself. So there is an auction house, which is really, really good. But definitely limited as far as the general items are concerned. So now we're in Heroes Lane. This is the first time that I've been here. So we can bring up the map. You can see there's a lot of quests along our little path here. And then we've got where we're actually headed. So I'll pick up all these quests on our way. And then it looks like we've got a gift from a niece is there. We've also got the florist, Lencia, there. So we're going to be picking up all kinds of stuff. Uh-oh. Looks like this skeleton is wreaking a little havoc. So we'll wreak a little havoc back. There we go. Knocking him down. So there are a lot of skills that'll knock the monsters down. So you can see right there, there's a great example. This guy that's fighting right here, Brown Dash, he's actually a defender. But if you notice the one skill that he was throwing out, it looks like he was actually throwing out a mage skill. So it definitely comes to your advantage to pick up skills from other classes. So let's keep cruising along. We're gonna keep going through here. We did pick up that quest, and let's see if we can sneak through here. Because unfortunately, I have not spent the time to put together all the ingredients that I need to get my mount. Which everybody's told me that it's not too big of a deal to get those ingredients. But I have not done it yet. So you can jump. Jump is available. Movement is actually with W, A, S, and D. And then you can turn without clicking your mouse at all because you do have those effects. Now, if you double click in any direction, that will actually cause you to dash or dodge. So you can double click in a lot of different directions, even backwards, and it will cause you to dodge a lot of attacks. So that becomes very paramount to understanding exactly how that works. There is a bit of a learning curve to getting these commands down. So I will tell you that right now. But as far as graphically, the game, as you can see, it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's actually why I'm lagging right now. Sound-wise, the game does have good music, and as far as the sound effects, they're really well done. So you're going to see once you log in, I have a lot of those turned down right now so you guys can actually hear me, but those things are well done and well put together. Now we do have a couple of different things here. What do we got? Let's talk to Marshall Raz and end that conversation. He didn't really have much to say. It looks like we've got some merchants here. There we go. The chain armor, the chain artisan, plate artisan. Let's see if he's got anything different than what I already know. It doesn't look like it. Pretty much just have all these guys to go to get my level 16 armor. Then you've got your leather armor and cloth armor. You've also got a trinket dude in here, probably inside. There we go, accessory, and you can get these little rings. And then, depending upon your actual class, your style, that's going to be deciding on which one of these rings you choose. Because you see here, magical crit, or physical crit. So obviously, because I do physical damage, I'm going to pick that physical crit. Now it's funny because you guys haven't seen me do a lot of combat, but the game is actually very combat heavy. I'm just running around right now, giving you guys a look on the wilderness and the rain, and you did get a chance to see me do that combat against Fleetfoot. Let's go ahead and take this graveyard wolf out. So you can see we basically are going to spend a lot of time moving around, a lot of times keeping suppression fire from my sword on these monsters. Oh, he didn't drop anything. He just died and gave me a bunch of experience. So he isn't for one of my quests, so we're going to keep moving our way up this way for our other quest that we have to turn in for the mysterious corpse and a gift from a niece. It is really cool the way that the map does show exactly where you need to go. You don't have an auto run feature where you can just click and set an auto run, but you do have the ability to where you click on the NPC's name and then you just take off in that direction, but you can auto run. Right now my hands are completely off the keyboard and I'm just auto running by hitting the letter R. So the maps, I think, are pretty well done as far as showing you where things are, showing you where different monsters are. We're going to go ahead and complete these quests, get a bunch of experience, hit with detail, get that skill or that experience from him, or sorry, that quest from him. I'm all jumbled up today. So, and we can see we need to head off in this direction. That's the Catacomb of the Damned, and that's where we're headed next. But for now, I am going to call it. I think I got you guys a pretty good understanding of the game. Definitely has some really good features and really good systems. If you really enjoy crafting and you like monster hunting, definitely a game I would suggest that you try out. It's really one of those games also that the developers are continue to pay attention to. Almost every single update has added content, fixed features. You know, like I said, we do have some minor features that still need to be fixed, like suppressing the gold spammers and taking care of some really simple options as far as adding people to your guild or adding people to your group if they're far away. If they're right next to you, very easy to do, but if they're far away, a little bit more difficult. I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. Don't forget to like this video, as we really do appreciate that. And last, please comment and tell us anything we missed or anything you think we should have covered. If you'd like to play or learn more about Raiderz, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.